To see you. So good to see you. Y'all, we're doing body parts ruled by signs. Happy Leo season. Happy Leo new moon. Hope you used it well. I'm Bonnie Gillespie. I am not a doctor. I do not play a doctor on TV. I do not play a doctor on the internet. I may play a doctor in the bedroom, but that's none of your business. We are going to do body parts ruled by signs. What's your favorite body part? What's your favorite body part? I know, quite a question. What is your favorite body part? Yay! Good. I'm glad you can hop on for a bit of this today. Beyond ready, tee-hee. Great. Glad you're here. What's your favorite body part? What's your favorite body part? I am doing my Leo hair moment. I do not have Leo hair, but it is Leo season, and we all have Leo hair in our hearts. Your eyes, Kelly. Kelly's eyes. I love. Yay. What's your favorite body part? What's your favorite body part? What is your favorite body part? We are going to talk about how the zodiac scans the body top to bottom, from the Aries tip top of your head to the Pisces tippy tip of your toes and all the parts in between. And this will not be a comprehensive, exhaustive guide because this isn't medical school. But I'm going to go through some of the basics because in general, the body parts and the zodiac go in order, meaning we start at Aries and we end all the way at the bottom with Pisces. That's the order of the zodiac. You know, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Where am I going from there? Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Also a fan of my working legs, things I try not to take for granted. So here's the reminder for everyone who might get snagged by any of this. One of the things that I would usually say, no, once upon a time I would have said struggle with, but I'm going to instead say come up against, because that's a little less angsty than struggle with, is aging and body parts not working the way they used to. And then also dealing with an undiagnosed chronic situation for most of my life and being told you're imagining things when I went to the doctor, and when I went to many doctors and was told, no, that's not real. No, you're not feeling that. No, that's not real. Come to find out, it's all real. I was right. And I have, I guess, the victory of having been right to cling to. But what it actually means is pay attention to what your body is telling you. Again, I am not a doctor. I am not giving you medical advice. Listen to your body. Listen to your body and consider that as parts of your body ask for your attention, they are reminding you that you are in a body, because we are souls, spirits here in these temporary skin suits for a short amount of time compared to how long the souls and the spirits go on and on and on, from what we know. And so being in a temporary body includes sensations of the temporariness of them. And I would just ask you to remind yourself, oh, I'm in a body, and thank you for reminding me I'm in a body. It's not an ache, it's not a pain, it's reminding me I'm in a body. And yes, of course, always take care of yourself in ways that feel nourishing and yummy and good. Have you hugged yourself today? Speaking of being in a body. I always love a good self-hug, especially during Leo season. Oh my gosh, because Leo gives such great hugs. Remind yourself that this is all fun, all love, and everything else we're experiencing, we're getting a sensation of good times. Yes. Okay. I keep trying to align my shirt because it's not laying on me the way I like. By the way, my huge sensitivity to the way cloth lays on my body. Also a part of that undiagnosed chronic situation. So, Kelly, you say my eyes. Did you know that one eye is ruled by one sign and the other eye is ruled by another? Did you know? I am going to be referencing material in this book. This is one of the best, one of the classics, The Astrological Body Types by Judith A. Hill. Judith Hill is a very well-known medical astrologer, and she has lots and lots and lots of good material. Lee Lehman also has lots of wonderful medical astrology material. My teacher for medical astrology was and is Kira Sutherland. And Kira, I took her multi-year mentorship track in medical astrology. So much to learn. And then this, not a medical book at all, but Astrology for Wellness. If you are the type who likes to look up, well, what would be a good exercise for me to do during this moon, or to focus on my rising in this sign that I don't really know very well. This has yoga poses, it has crystals, it has oils, herbs, teas, mantras, meditations, all sorts of fun stuff. Foods, snacks. Yeah. What else is in here? Little log lines. This one does not include a list of body parts, interestingly enough. So it will say somewhere in there, because Capricorn rules, blah, blah, you may want to try this, but it doesn't like have a master list. So this has many master lists, many of them that I have flagged, and this one that I have held open specifically because it gives us this cute little body, Zodiac Man. If you ever want to look up using DuckDuckGo or that other search engine, Zodiac Man, you will find lots and lots and lots of variations on this, and a list similar to this. And yes, I am just holding it up rather than sharing my screen or sharing my overhead camera on the cooking show, because it's what I am set up for. Take a screen grab of that. We're going to go through it. We're going to go through it. I also have for you a cute little image. One second. I'm going to go over to my connected computer. Hold, please. I'm going to go to my connected computer, and I'm going to pull up some stuff to show you. How about sort by date rather than sort by size? Ooh, yes, this one. I am going to show you a cute little graphic that I made long ago. This video right here that we're doing right this second is fun made for a blog post that I wrote in 2019 that is the most popular blog post of all time on my cute website. Meaning I have been writing articles for actors and other showbiz creatives since 1999. That is when I started writing a column for Backstage. And then in 2003, I left there. In 2004, I started writing for Actors Access and Showfax and wrote there until 2015. So I have years and years and years and years and years and years of weekly, and sometimes twice weekly, sometimes thrice weekly articles about show business and the business of a creative career. And so I have some really popular articles about, how to join the unions and when to move to LA and about pilot season and all those classic good old things. And interestingly, the most popular thing I've ever written is called Body Parts Ruled by Signs. It has, as of now, almost 250,000 hits. And I wrote it like not even 6 years ago. So that's a lot for that length of time that it's been around. And now this video is going to be a living on that page. So hi, you may be watching this video on that page. Neat. Meta, isn't it? All right, so here's what I'm showing you. The body parts ruled by signs. This cute little graphic that I made a bajillion years ago to go in one of my little reports for my chart harmony report havers is this cutie thing. And here's what I'm going to recommend. I want you to use each moon that we get throughout the month to just do a quick little visit of each of these places on your body. Because in a month's time, we will hit every single one of these bodies, and body parts rather, we will hit every single one of these body parts with the moon shifting into a new sign every couple of days. So we get the opportunity to have this tour. Now, this layout may seem a little confusing to you because it doesn't go here. You can see my mouse. It doesn't go through the signs Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. It actually goes in the order they are pictured. And if that confuses you, well, that's why I'm here to help you. I'm going to help you. We're going to go through them in the order of the zodiac, but I'm going to jump around on this document. Do not let that throw you. In fact, it may be your preference to look at things this way. But we're going to start over here because of course we always start with Aries stuff, and Aries is the head, it's the face, teeth, tongue, hair, arteries, blood running through all of this. So everything from chin up, we're looking at Aries. And then the blood that runs through your system. This is fun to think about because Mars is the ruler of Aries. Mars loves to cut a bitch. When Mars loves to cut a bitch, there's blood. Aries rules the blood. Easy to remember with those cute little stories, and you know I love my cute little stories and analogies and so on. So with Aries, we are going to be looking at the things of the head. You can remember Aries, the ram, ramming that head into things, going head first into things, diving in head first, all of those cute little statements that you might make about how Aries just pops off without really calculating what's going to happen. It's charge on in and then later maybe think about it. That's all like diving in head first. If you bite your tongue, you can go, thanks, Aries. I needed that blood all in my mouth. Thank you. Thank you, Mars. Thank you. I got it. You're trying to get my attention. You did. Correct. You got it. Now, something that I should probably have said before I did anything else other than my disclaimer. You will get frustrated if you are looking for there to be one body part that rules one thing and has one planet that's involved with the issues of that body part. It's like all things astrology. It's a little bit over here, it's a little bit over there. It's a little bit over here, it's a little bit over there. There are different reasons for rulership being shared, and there are lots of schools of thought around medical astrology, and you are not wrong when you choose one ruler or another. Your lived experience will show you what is right for you. So if in a minute when I get to something else that is a body part I mentioned for a sign before, I don't want you to go, but Bonnie, you said it was this other sign. I want you to notice, oh, hey, that's a body part that has rulership in a couple of different places. Interesting. And then as we go through the moon shifting signs all month long, notice, do I feel this part of my body more when I'm moon in this sign or moon in that other sign? And just ask that body part in you where it likes to be ruled, where it likes to be covered. Got it? We're going to move over here to Taurus, because Taurus, that's this glyph right here on my pretty graphic. This is the ruler of sinuses, ears, neck, throat, vocal cords, tonsils, and thyroid. So all of this up in here, but also sinuses, ears. Oh, some of that is also in the Aries place. What do you know? It's like they are neighboring signs and they have some overlap. How about that? When I have felt myself, I will notice if I'm stressed that I'm putting my hand here. Like I'll just be reading something on the internet usually, or watching news or something I shouldn't be bothering with, and I will find that I have my hand on my neck. One of the things about that is it's just protective. That's just primal brain saying protect your throat so that you don't get killed by the information that's coming at you. But it's also my throat chakra, and this whole area that is Taurus can feel all of that coming on. And my mom was big Taurus energy, and I have this response in my body, in my system, that is when there is fear, where's mom and what's mom taking care of? And also my mom could create big fear. And so I find it fascinating that I carry a lot of my mom issues in the Taurus area of my body. And not surprisingly, my mom, big Taurus energy. So that's an interesting thing there for me. We are next going to move over to Gemini, which is just farther down on this list, and looking on the graphic, that's going to be over here. And Gemini has like a large expanse on the body. It's going to take more space than just the one little area that I put this glyph. The glyph is next to the wrist, and you're like, okay, so on the right wrist I am Gemini. No, it's just where the glyph goes. Gemini actually rules both your hands, both your arms, your shoulders, your lungs, your bronchial tubes, and all the capillaries that distribute all the blood in oxygenated ways. So think about Gemini specifically being how we get the breath in and then distributed, and also talking with your hands, very Gemini. If you find yourself being very, very, very expressive, you're like, okay, Gemini, okay, cool. Play the drums, play the guitar, play an instrument of any kind with your hands. You are definitely doing Gemini's work. That whole like swim, get the lungs filled with air as you go in for the swim. You're using a whole bunch of Gemini body parts. Taking that deep breath, feeling your lungs fill, big Gemini energy. Gemini also, because it is a dual sign, and you can see it right there in that glyph. You see how it's got two sides to it, the twins. Gemini also is anything that we feel ourselves having two sides to, and we will come back. That's a theme that we're going to see with the air signs actually, and it's interesting because that's the way the glyphs are built as well. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's now move up this list to Cancer, and you see Cancer glyph right here in the tummy on our cute little lady here. So Cancer rules all the body parts of mothering. And so whether you are someone who was assigned female at birth or not, you have mothering organs. You have mothering parts. The breasts, the diaphragm, which is under that place in the lungs, it does that whole bringing the breath in and taking it deeper. We could feel that diaphragm really supporting a lot of that chest area. The womb itself, our entire lymphatic system is ruled by Cancer, but also the vagina, the birth canal, the tummy, the stomach, that whole like, oh, I got an upset tummy, that's Cancer all day. The Cancer has the most sensitive tummy, and I call it a tummy flip. When I get into a Cancer tummy flip, I'm like, all right, my tummy just flipped. What do I need to know? What is Cancer trying to tell me? What is the moon that rules Cancer trying to get my attention about? And what would soothe me? And generally, it's what would soothe me was focus less on how everybody else feels in the world, because Cancer is incredibly empathetic and an empath to all the things that everybody's feeling out in the world. And because that is so much, it can at times become overwhelming, and Cancer likes to flip the tummy about it. I'm going to come off shared screen for just a moment and check on y'all in the chatty chat to see how everybody's doing on the live view. And then I will get back to my graphic for the next 4 signs. You did find that out for me, Kelly. You did found that out for me. That's true. Good, EJ. I'm so glad you could join us live. Greg, always nice to see you, my friend. I hope you are doing incredibly well. Hi, Deb Marie. Good to see you. Danielle. Sagittarius, really strong hips, pelvis. That checks out. Taurus moon, love to sing. Pisces rising, and my feet are messed up. Danielle, your feet are asking for your attention. Your feet are asking for your attention. Your feet are reminding you you are in a body. You have 4.5 toes on one foot, one really short toe. What is that really short toe trying to tell you? What is that really short toe in charge of sensing? Because Pisces, of course, very intuitive, pretty much psychic. It's got all of that ability to pick up everything. And especially when we think about the feet, like, why is the sign of the fishes going to be all about the feet? And it's like, well, because if I'm going to be in a body, if this soul, this spirit is going to be in a temporary skin suit during this lifetime, Pisces is going to want to experience feet. Remember that whole Disney movie about the Little Mermaid? What does that little fishy girl want? Feet! She wants feet. Think about it. I know. Kelly says, I'm a Virgo sun and have had lifelong stomach issues, but it occurs to me that stomach issues are also what people call any tummy or intestinal difficulties. Correct. And could some of what you've associated with that Virgo sun is actually a little bit of your Cancer 4th house? Because 4th house is home, and the roots, our family home, our upbringing, our connection with the mother or the unseen parent. Where might you have tummy troubles around those concerns? Just asking. Just exploring. You know me. You know me. I'm going to go, what else could it be? How else could we look at that? Ah! My fizzy water fizzed on me. I'm going to stay on this panel for just a sec because I know there's a little bit of a lag and I want to see if that gave, for sure on that. Yeah. Just think about that. Ask during the moon moving through all the signs over this next month, when we get our moon in Cancer in another 24 days, 23 days, you know, maybe check. Maybe check. Ask that moon in Cancer, is this a part of what's going on in my tummy? Is it a kind of mothering that I am trying to redo? Is it a way of tending to myself in a nurturing way that I'm actually craving with that? Hi, Melly Belly. Good to see you, sweetheart. Good to see you. Let's go back to our graphic and pick up on Leo while y'all think about all that. So Leo is our 5th sign, and Leo is this good hair day glyph right in the center of the body, and that is the heart. Leo is the heart. Leo's got that heart-centered leadership. We can remember the whole like big-heartedness, lion-heartedness of the Leo, but also circulation. And if you go, wait a second, we did circulation-like stuff with Aries. We did blood with Aries. Leo is circulation and blood pressure. Notice they're both fire signs. Aries and Leo, both fire signs, and both kicking things up with our blood situation. Leo is also the entire spine, that standing up straight, putting our shoulders back, opening up our heart, like letting our chest take up space. All of that is big Leo energy, and that spine being strong like a Leo and a leader would be. And also the back in general and the left eye. So remember I said the Cancer ruler of the right eye and that we would have a different ruler for the left eye? That would be Leo. And the way I remember that is the same way. Left eye Lopez. We've got Lisa left eye. We've got Leo left eye. That is how I remember that. And for those of you who are not Generation X and have no idea who I'm talking about, I am sad because you missed some epic music. So, and dances. Remembering that your eyes can have different rulership is really interesting because it's almost like, well, is one of my eyes seeing things through worry, Cancer, and the other eye is seeing things through bravery, Leo? Do you have, when you go get your eyes checked, one eye's weaker than the other? Do you have a prescription for glasses or contacts where one of them has to be stronger than the other? Does one of your eyes water more than the other? So on, so on, so on. All of this. Does one squinty? I have a squinty eye. Is your squintier eye your left or your right? What are you trying to take in less light about? All of these are things that you could go, I wonder. And just being curious about it, you can maybe shift a little bit of that story and a little bit of the experience. We're going to next move over to Virgo, and Virgo is this sign that I've got right over here, kind of by the left arm, not because it's a left arm ruler, but because it is a system-wide ruler. So this is where we get into Virgo is involved in pretty much everything, and Virgo likes that. Virgo, of course, is our healer with a checklist. Virgo's the stage manager. Virgo's calling places. Virgo has the list of where everybody needs to be at all times, and that means Virgo is running all the systems. And so you notice that Kelly and I were having a conversation in the chat about tummy being Virgo, but the tummy actually is Cancer, with the whole digestive system being Virgo, which means they're both right. And that's what I said at the very beginning that I hope you are remembering. One of these does not talk out the other. It does not talk us out of any of the others being true. They are co-present. They are co-ruled. All of this is a bunch of chemistry in one space. With a bunch of astrology all being a part of that space as well. So the systems are Virgo. And when we think about how systems go all through the body at all times, of course that's Virgo, because Virgo could be organized enough to run all of that. So it's the digestive system, the pancreas, the small intestines, eyes and ears. And you're like, wait a minute, Bonnie, you said ears before over there with Taurus. You said eyes over there with Cancer and Leo. And now you're giving them to Virgo. I'm giving you the systems. I'm giving you the visual system of I've got eyes and they are connected to my brain and they give me the sensation of sight. That's Virgo. My ears are hearing things. Yes, that is definitely going to be Taurus, but what gets brought in and then routed to my brain, that's going to be Virgo. Anything that is connecting through to those systems is going to be a Virgo story. And so really notice that the nervous system itself is probably one of the most popular of the systems that we're aware of. I mean, we have so many, circulatory system, the respiratory system, the digestive system, but the nervous system is the one we talk about a lot, especially in the now times. And that nervous system, Virgo tends to be a nervous sign. And it's like, well, yeah, because it's running all of the nerves and all of the sensations, not just the nervous system ones. It's all of those systems are being run through that Virgo checklist of, are we doing all the things? Are we where we're supposed to be? Calling places. Hey, why aren't you where you're supposed to be? Noticing when not there. Virgo notices every problem. And we talked about this in one of my membership groups this week. If you are like, but why does Virgo have to notice all the problems? Virgo has to make sure people are in their places. And if they're not in their places, we are going to be in trouble when the curtain goes up. So it's really important that Virgo notice problems so she can fix them. And she's really good at that. And we thank her for that. We next move right down here to Libra. Libra is another one that you see I've got over here out to the side. Libra rules basically anything that there are two of. And that's because Libra is the sign of +1. Libra is the scales. Libra is the seesaw, the teeter-totter. And so it's ruler of the kidneys, ruler of the bladder and veins and anything that's insulin production related, insulin regulation in general, the lower back and all of those yummy things that like to live right in that area. I have a cute little puppy dog that y'all sometimes get to see. Today is Mala Gotcha Day. July 25th is the day I'm having this conversation with you. And July 25th, 2022 was Mala Gotcha Day. So it is officially the day that we got my sweet dog Mala Beads 3 years ago today, and loves to get on what I call my butt shelf. So I will be sitting on the sofa and doing like lap desk work on my computer out here. And like I have it propped up on a little crate that I use as kind of like a desk. And I will suddenly have a dog filling the space between my lower back and the sofa. And I'm like, that is to remind me of how I'm supposed to be seated, but also it is a warmer across all of my Libra body parts. And I kind of love that because I get a +1 to help me warm up all those Libra body parts. But Libra, anything that has like, there's a couple of ways that we're going to look at this, or we're going to weigh it out or balance it out. Those are also Libra places. Libra is also the skin when we are talking about the beauty of the skin, when we're talking about the way the skin is seen as a nourished space that is then colored up with makeup and presented. That is all very Libra. The skin as a protective cover to keep all of our blood and guts inside, that is more Capricorn. But we'll get into that when we get into the last 4 of the signs. I have one more before we move to the next 4, or I'm going to take a break and look at the comments. So please feel free, if you've got any questions, to throw those in the chat. But in the meantime, we're going to move over here to Scorpio. Scorpio has this great glyph right in the hot pocket, and I love it. Scorpio has so much fun in a body because Scorpio rules all the reproductive organs, no matter what gender association we might claim, or that might have claimed us at our birth with none of our choosing. Scorpio is on it. All those reproductive organs, the genitals, the prostate, the rectum, the colon, urethra, pubic bone, and urinary tract. If it is something that you can excrete, Scorpio is involved. So that actually also includes boogers coming out the nostril or hocking a loogie out your mouth. I know, I did not even give you a trigger warning that I was going to say hock a loogie or boogies in your nose. All of these are things like earwax coming out of the ear canal. These are all Scorpio things because Scorpio loves transforming things. So Scorpio takes anything that is one thing when you put it into the body and another thing when you take it out of the body. And that includes, of course, reproduction, because what did you put into the body? And then what is it when it came out of the body, like a whole human? Scorpio, of course, is in charge of all of that. I love the sense of humor that is Scorpio's rulership on all those body parts. What do you think? What do you think? How are we feeling about all this? How are we feeling about this? Yeah. I don't have anything in Pisces and always have issues with my left foot. What's the deal with that? Melly, that is your body telling you, your left foot telling you, I need some Pisces attention. I need some Pisces energy. I need some Pisces love. Could you do for me more Pisces things? For instance, I have Pisces North Node. And the North Node, we'll talk about the nodes in another video at another time because they're a lot. The North Node is where we are destined to go in this lifetime. The South Node, which is directly opposite the North Node, is where we come from. So some people call it karma, some people call it past lives. Some people just say it's the stuff that's really easy for us to do, but ends up actually making us stay stuck. So we're moving away from the South Node and toward the North Node. So I have this North Node in Pisces. And years back, I went, I got to get to know this North Node in Pisces because I don't know her. I don't know her. I don't know Pisces. I'm married to Pisces. He's got so much Pisces and I really don't understand him. I'm very confused by Pisces. I'm so not in touch with my Pisces at all. I need to do some things that help me get in touch with my Pisces North Node because eventually I'm going to be living into this North Node and I don't want it to be this drastic, shocking experience. How can I ease into this? And I attended a webinar by a brilliant soul who teaches about herbalism and astrology as part of my medical astrology training. And she shared which herbs and oils are best for which North Nodes. Like she specifically was doing the herbs of your North Node. And her name is Fern, and I believe her last name is pronounced Valavanich, but I may be pronouncing that wrong because it has a lot of syllables, and it's been a long time since I've seen Fern out there. But I think I will be able to find her and share some of her goodies in the description of this replay later. But she's amazing. And I love that her name is Fern and she does like plant astrology. Like, how cool is that? She does herbalism and plants. Her name is Fern. Come on. She's so cool. She's a deaf astrologer and is absolutely brilliant when it comes to sensing what you need to be using for the different parts of your North Node experience. And so for me, the whole story here, Pisces, she said you need angelica oil and you should put it on your feet every day that you want to connect with your Pisces North Node. And I shit you not, I got some angelica oil back in the before times, like this would have been like 2017, 2018. And I have been putting angelica oil on my feet pretty much every day since. And I do it multiple times a day. And that angelica oil, it's so funny because when Keith walks through and like I've just done it, he goes, oh my God, it smells so good in here. And I'm like, of course the Pisces loves because I use a lot of oils. I use a lot of oils, a lot of smells. I love for things to smell good. So I'm constantly like lotioning and just doing all things that smell really good. My oils and my scents and my whatnot. And he loves that one. I'm like, of course he does because he's Pisces stellium. But it's interesting. It has really helped me feel connected to my Pisces North Node through my feet in some really cool ways. And it didn't take me a lot of homework. It didn't take me a lot of work. I wonder if you could do something to help you connect with your Pisces left foot situation. Your moon in Leo attached to my big hair and love it. Of course. Of course. We love our Leo hair. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate some Leo season hair. That is definitely what Leo season hair is all about. Yes, big, unapologetic lioness. I got a mane of it. Yes, that's all sorts of Leo energy. I know, and then I put it right back up on top of my head. Okay, Virgo rising. Is that why I'm a control freak? In a good way, but still. Greg, it is why you are a spectacular DJ. It is why you are so good at teaching others how to be spectacular DJs. Yes, because you're in control. You know what's going on in multiple places simultaneously. Virgo rising is going to do that. Virgo in the big three, Virgo rising, Virgo sun, Virgo moon, you are going to know everything that's going on everywhere. And it can be annoying because that's a lot to know. And it's a lot to be concerned about. And so, yes, control freak is a way to describe it. But also we could say finely wired and attending to and attuned to all the things. That's very Virgo. Nervous system, it feels like lots of that tracks. Yep. EJ says Virgo rising, I feel all of this. With Taurus sun, EJ, did I just totally describe an experience of Virgo Taurus working together, those earth signs? Baby, indeed. Libra moon, let's go. Me too. Yes, let's do it. Kelly says June 25th was Mara Maybell Maytree's Gotcha Day. Look at us cycling on the 25th. How cute are we? I know, you for June, me for July. Shout out to TLC Left Eye. That's when I said I'm with you there. Good. Thank you. Of course you are. Because you know music inside and out. And come on, we're talking legends. Maybe more water energy for my feet. Yes. Love and attention. Yes. Pisces, all the water signs love a good soak. And so anytime you are doing something that is helping you connect with the water parts of your body, if you could just get in the tub and soak. So every time there's a water moon, that gives us 3 times every month that we can do it. During the Cancer moon, during the Scorpio moon, and during the Pisces moon, get in the tub and say, I am honoring all my water parts. Because we're mostly water anyway, so even if we don't have big water sign energy, we do still live in bodies that need that water treatment, that connection with all of that, and letting everything that we've picked up energetically go down the drain. And that is something you can even just symbolically do every day when you wash your hands all throughout the day. Just go, let all the negative energy and any energy that's not mine leave me and go down the drain. That would be great. Yep. All my essential oils, doing more feet therapy and so on. SM, yes, you gave me your birthday's tomorrow. I'm excited for you. Pisces moon, love to walk along the beach and let the water hit my feet and legs. EJ, look at you. You're doing it. You're already giving your body what it has asked for astrologically. Okay, Perfect. Yeah, Melly, if you do not have much water sign energy in your chart, doing things that help you connect with the water are only going to help you feel more balanced overall. Because we've got 4 elements. There's actually a really good section in here that I will end with. I know I still have 4 signs that I owe you, but I'm going to open to this section so that I don't forget, because I want to make sure that I get, oh my God, this book has a whole section on being a redhead and how Mars is all up in your business. And I'm like, how'd you know? And it talks about freckles. And I'm like, again, I don't know if y'all can see freckles. I got makeup on and you can see my freckles. Freckles. All right, hang on. I'm going to find the place that is the elements to make sure. There. Okay, here's our elements. So I will do a quick blitz of this part of this book. The elements and their body shapes. Are you an earth type, a water type, an air type, or a fire type? The body types, according to Judith Hill, by element domination. What is your element dominance? And are you shaped like it? Discuss. Meanwhile, let's go back to the graphic and let's do this part. Nope, this part. It is this part. This part. There. I had changed my screen and I was like, where'd my screen go? I was looking at my comments. You got to remember, after your comments, you got to come back to your graphic. Sharing space on the screen. All right, so here we are. We are now going to take a look at, we left off with Scorpio, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. This one right here, we've got this lovely arrow right on that hip, on that left hip. I love you so much. Sagittarius is the ruler of the liver, sacrum, lumbar vertebrae, hips, and thighs. So this is where we get that whole lower back that we also had with Libra coming together with the hips and into the thighs. Sagittarius is one of my favorite places for body parts, like, because I'm so hippie and I love that I'm like, bam, I've got those Sagittarius places like locked. I've got that because I do have those hips. I do have that ass. That whole situation there of Sagittarius is just like, yes, take up that space. Sagittarius can also sometimes be shoulders, and it's because if we think about how Sagittarius is the archer and we're pulling back that arrow and then letting it fly, that action across the shoulders is also something that can be Sagittarius. And it makes sense because shoulders are Gemini and Sagittarius is the opposite sign to Gemini. So because those signs are opposites, it makes sense that they would have that connection. And you could see that with actually all of the signs. We're next going to move down to Capricorn, and I've got Capricorn's glyph right here at the knees. And Capricorn is the ruler of the skin, as I mentioned before. If we're talking skin for beauty regimen, Libra. If we're talking skin for the protection of all the things that would fall out of our bodies if not for skin, Capricorn. Capricorn also rules body hair. So hair on top of the head? No, that's more Aries and a little Leo. Hair on our bodies? That is going to be Capricorn. And so here's what you want to remember. Capricorn is Saturn ruled, and Daddy Saturn is a boundary. Daddy Saturn says, I create boundaries everywhere I go. Capricorn says, I am a good child to Daddy Saturn, and I am the ruler of the skin, the body hair, things that are a boundary to the world on a body. Ligaments, tendons, joints, the knees, the spleen randomly in there, bones in general, and teeth. I know, I said teeth with Aries, didn't I? I did. Because how the blood gets in and around the gums and the way we do teeth, Aries. The way they are rooted into our head, Aries. Those roots, for real, Aries. But the teeth themselves, those bones, those stones, those are Capricorn. If you say my aching bones, you are saying Capricorn, you're ruled by Daddy Saturn. And you're making me feel old because Daddy Saturn does that. He is time. He ate time. Like, come on. That is all of that. So when you pop a knuckle, you are saying, hello, Capricorn. Hello, Daddy Saturn. I'm moving some air through my joints and all my parts. And so you go, well, gosh, how do I keep Capricorn happy? How do I keep Daddy Saturn happy? There are lots of ways. Anytime that you see in Chart Harmony, as you know, chartharmony.com for more on that. Anytime that you see the Chart Harmony calendar with the color black, that is a Saturn ruled energy. And it is saying declutter, get rid of extra. That is the time to do budgets and things that you want to have restraint and boundaries with. All of that is big Saturn and Capricorn energy. So anything that falls in line with that is going to be good for that part of the body. One of my favorite things to do, again, I'm not a doctor. I do not play one on TV or the internet or anywhere else that's any of your business. I love to do a workout that goes with the sign the moon is in. And when the moon is in Capricorn, I do like big things that involve the entire skeleton. I love to do things that involve the whole body because that tells Daddy Saturn that I love this skeleton. I love all these bones being together. I love doing things that involve the whole of this system because Capricorn and Daddy Saturn big into all of that. And of course, extra special if I can do it as we start off during the end of a Sagittarius moon, because then I can involve all my glutes, which I love working my glutes, and then move over into the quads and the knees and all the squats and things that love the Capricorn moon. Yum, chef's kiss. Next up, we have the Aquarius situation here. And this is another of our air signs, ruler of the shins, calves, ankles, forearms, and the circulatory system. Of course, that is shared with Virgo. That's that wiggly, wiggly, wiggly all through that. And Aquarius, of course, also ruled by Capricorn in tradition. Also ruled by Saturn in traditional astrology. There is a certain amount of what are the boundaries with this. But Aquarius being an air sign loves to go, can we move? Can we explore? Can we go? And then we go, no, you're a fixed sign. You can stay. And so it's got a lot of those like pouring out, which is the glyph or the avatar of the Aquarius pouring out the water. It's like, how can we involve as many elements as possible into our workout or into our body? And Aquarius says, I have some ideas. Also then Pisces, we've talked a lot about Pisces already, but never forget the last sign of the zodiac. By the way, Pisces doesn't mind being last. Pisces is like, it's fine. What is time? Pisces, ruler of the feet, the pituitary gland, so hormone production. So when you're perimenopausal, hi Pisces, I have a conversation I need to have with you about how all these hormones are going. And Pisces is like, but you use them when you need them, and when you don't need them, that energy needs to go somewhere else. And you're like, but I feel like spark plugs are misfiring all through my system. Yep. Pineal gland, which is your melatonin secretion, which is how you sleep. And Pisces is the sign of sleep. Pisces says sleep feels great. Let's sleep all the time. Why can't we communicate while we're sleeping? Oh, wait, we can. All of that is big Pisces energy. But the biggie for Pisces, feet, 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 and more feet. Now let me come back to y'all and see what you're saying with all of this. I will be sure to give you this in the chat, in the description, that document. I think I've already given you a link to my Body Parts Ruled by Signs blog post in the description, but I'll make sure that it's updated with time code for each of those. And now let's go through your questions. Same Melly, one actual water placement, Neptune and Scorpio, 8th house, and Neptune's such a far out planet. It's more generational. We don't feel that necessarily within. Melly says a lot of earth, air, fire signs, no water. I've been in my redhead energy, Aries rising. Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. And Kelly says also Aries rising twinsies. I love it. You too. You too. EJ says, I need to find ways to connect more with fire. It's missing from my life car. So we all have one element at least missing from our life car. Life car is the rising sign driver, sun sign navigator with the map, backseat driver, getting all of our needs met, is your moon sign. So because there's only 3 occupants to the life car, there's always one missing element at least. I have 2 missing elements. because Libra is both my driver and my backseat driver. And then my navigator is Cancer. My sun is Cancer, my sun sign. So I've got air double, and then Cancer, water. I have no fire, I have no earth in my life car. Those are both things that I can actually stand to do more connection with. So I can look at what body parts might I want to meet with that energy, and where could I use it? How could I find ways to connect using that energy? One of my favorite things to do is during the moon moving through each of these signs is do a ritual for the body part or body parts that I've chosen that they rule. And so when the moon is in Libra, I love to take lotion and put it across my lower back and the places where I imagine Libra having conversations in my body. And I lovingly put the lotion on my skin, because skin, as a lovely thing and not as a barrier, is Libra ruled. And so I can get that all up in there too. And you can see I'm like clearly not comfortable in a body and in clothes right now because I'm putting so much attention on being in a body. I'm having a mast cell activation. Hi, see all the red. And also just clearly I do not like this being on my skin. I'm not going to strip down naked. I'm warning you, the second this video is over, I am. Okay, but anyway, that's a me problem, not a you problem. So, y'all, anything that you can do that helps you connect with the body parts that the moon moves through, each month you're going to get an opportunity to connect even more with the elements that you would like to bring in as well, because each of those signs is of a certain element and you can get to know it. SM says Leo sun, Virgo rising, Gemini moon, scar in the left eye caused during pregnancy. So, wow, I wonder, that would have not only to do with the left eye, but also with the pregnancy itself. So like a Leo Scorpio situation. Lifelong issues with spine, that again, Leo, but spasms, and spasms specifically, muscularly, that can sometimes be like almost a Uranus activation. A lot of the planets have things to do with the afflictions. So it's like we get body parts ruled by signs, and then we have issues ruled by planets. Like this mast cell activation situation is big Mars flare in my life and in my lived experience. Circulation issues at 52, right hip issues. SM, I got right hip issues starting at age 47. Like, clocked it. Like, woo, what happened? And my right hip just completely changed who it was in my body. And still different. Need a link for that book, please. Deb Marie, I got you. I will put it in there for you, no problem. I'll put it in the description there. When I say there, I'll put it in the description once we're done with this broadcast. I'll put a couple books. I also recommend, and I didn't bring it in here, but I also recommend Body Astrology by Claire Gallagher. She is also someone I've studied under, and also she's just a dear, sweet, wonderful friend. She has a new book that she's working on, and I don't know how much I can say about that, so that's all I'm going to say. But she is phenomenal, and I love her work. And the book, Body Astrology, is just gorgeous. If you look it up on Amazon, you will see I wrote a very effusive review of it because it is so good. And I wrote the review before I met Claire, so that wasn't like, I'm doing you a favor. It was like, this is a really great book. Gemini Sun, says Melly, and I'm an esthetician and makeup artist, but my Leo moon got me performing all the times as a dancer. Look at that. Why, when I'm at the pool, I'm so relaxed and feel so decompressed. Yeah, Melly, because you're meeting your body with something that is not in it. You are letting your body connect with an element that is underrepresented in your chart and in your life. Don't have earth and water in my big three, says Jackie. Right. So getting in touch with that earth and water at any time is going to feel possibly foreign to you, but also eventually really soothing, as if you're coming into balance. You have 2 fire and 1 air. Okay, you two with your fire and air. Jackie, Melly, fire and air. That's a lot. That's a lot of like go energy. And so you have to remember about the energies that you don't have in your life car. Let's get some of that energy grounded and watery. Yes. Connecting with earth and water. My big 3 is just fire and earth. I also need more water connection for sure. And weirdly, I hate baths. Kelly, that's okay. You can do it with drinking water. You can do it with splashing water on your face. You can even do it by just like holding water and like looking at it and putting your face over it and just feeling the reflection of energy off the water itself. And you can say, I would like this water to take on anything I am carrying that is not mine, and then let it go down the drain. Like, and just doing that every day is going to help you connect with water, but also help you do the things that water help us do with moving things out of the system. If we think about how Pisces is just always like, whatever, care less. Why is that so easy for Keith? Because all the Pisces. Because he can just swim away from whatever he's not interested in. So we can do that more. That's how. Jackie says, but since chronological order, thank you so much, says SM. You're welcome. I see you. I totally get you. Okay, as promised, we're going to take a look at the 4 elements, and then this is last call for questions because we're coming up on an hour, and I try to keep these under an hour if I can. Okay, so according to Judith Hill, water. This is going to be pear-shaped, slow, cool-bodied metabolism, focusing on feeling. This is a sociable, affectionate, domestic, nurturing, protective type. This is going to be sensual, food-loving, emotional, sensitive, so sensual and sensitive, passive, receptive, kind. And here is the water body drawing. And Judith Hill is also the illustrator. So I was like, oh, maybe let me make sure I credit the artist. Earth, this is going to be square or rectangular body type, slow and warm-bodied. This is going to be described as steadfast, earnest, dependable, productive, possessive, materialistic. And the reason, so materialistic, I always qualify this. Earth is materialistic in that I am the first sign that can turn energy into a physical thing. And so earth sign dominant people love material things because they are representatives of, and they are representative of that ability to alchemize things into physical form. They're patient, strong, enduring, crude, can be conservative, down to earth. And here is the image that Judith gave us for the earth dominant body. Okay, next up, fire, lean and muscular, triangular shaped, wide at the top, narrows to the feet, outgoing, confident, dramatic, experiential. Yes, that's very, my fire signs are so experiential. That's a great word. Independent, impatient, energetic, explosive, can be arrogant, impulsive, and warm people. Warm people. This is the fire sign image, according to Judith Hill. And finally, air. I don't know about the order she did these in. That's interesting. Water, earth, fire, and air. That is not the order. It's fire, earth, air, water. Okay, all right. I have notes. The Virgo in me has notes for you. Okay, so air. This is going to be the long, slender, bony, nervous type. Oh my God, I have someone in my family that is absolutely that. Long and linear, cool running, meaning cool to the touch, cold hands, and generally runs cold. Nervous, mental, meaning inquisitive, talkative, freedom-loving, intellectual, delicate, sensitive, clever, yeah, thinking all the time. Air, versatile, intelligent, impulsive, friendly, witty, inventive, uncommitted, detached, I would say even, detached. Yeah. And hopeful. This is the air body. Again, this is Judith Hill, who has lots of good body astrology things. This is the astrological body types. And there's a whole cool, let me see what's in here. There's a whole set. What I really love is there's a whole section on in here about the issue of race and astrology and astrological body types. And I think this is a good read along with Fearing the Black Body, which if you've not read Fearing the Black Body, if you would like to understand a little bit more of white supremacy culture when it comes to dominant culture and body types and shaming largeness and taking up space, Fearing the Black Body is the thing to read. My God, so good. But this does a good job of trying to connect with some of the issues that are problematic about body typing and centering everything through a white dominant culture lens. It doesn't go quite as far as I would like it to go, but I also have to say I appreciate that this is not a new book. And the fact that she went back in and added this section in its most recent printing, that's great. We all, as authors, we all try to do that. My book, Self-Management for Actors, 4th edition, was written in 2013, and I went back on the 6th printing and added some language to the introduction that was basically a promise for the next edition being more inclusive and having more creative gender pronouns and all the things. But this book was originally written in 1993. So I do appreciate that she went back in and talked about that. It's still there's still stuff that's problematic, but we know that, and we're all working on that, hopefully. That's a part of our daily doings as souls on this planet right now. The sign types, the outer planets are covered in here, which is important. The lunar nodes, I love that. And then example charts are shown, and there are explanations of like a strong or a weak Mars, a strong or a weak zone of types. There's all sorts of things about the 36 decans and so on. Okay, cool, good, got it. I will give you the links in the description. All right, last call for questions says, thank you so much, what a great idea, LOL, ha ha, ha ha, I saw that too, tee hee hee hee. Great, okay, that's it, no questions. That was Body Types Ruled by Signs. Hope you enjoyed. If you would like more from me, chartharmony.com, BonnieGillespie.com. When will I next be live? So glad you asked. BonnieGillespie.com/events. I don't currently have on YouTube anything scheduled other than the next 2 months Use Your Moons. Those are scheduled for August and September, in which time we will do the September and October calendars, respectively. But I will be coming back around in the coming days and putting some of the August live streams and September live streams into the schedule at YouTube, because I have to decide on the topics. Do y'all have any requests? Do you have any requests? Do you have any requests? You're welcome, Greg. So good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you, Melly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Oh, good, SM. I'm so glad. I'm so glad this was helpful. That makes me happy. I love knowing that this is information that you needed, wanted, and received, or even if you didn't know you needed it and wanted it, when it landed, it made you go, ooh, I like that. That was good. That was helpful. I enjoyed that. That was wonderful. Good. So glad. And then my fabulous, fabulous team will make little shorts out of some of this. Have y'all seen my shorts? Not have you seen my shorts, but have you seen my shorts? Oh my gosh. My shorts. My team. I mean, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for turning on the notification bell, commenting. Come back around and comment. I know we do this during the live, but come back and comment. So helpful as I'm growing my channel. Thank you. All right, beautiful people. Enjoy the rest of this glorious Venus day with that Leo new moon still kissing up on us. You are so absolutely welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you bunch. Be good to yourselves. Take care. See you next time. Bye. Let's close this.